This is a ASMR whisper video. It's gonna be about me talking about my dream last night. It was pretty horrific, well, scary, and I thought it would make it an interesting topic to talk about while I'm sending you to sleep. But it's also, it's about a very vivid nightmare that I had. And it was partly, it was kind of around 6 a.m. I was still asleep. There had been a really ferocious storm beforehand. I'm, to be honest, I'm not 100% sure when I had the dream. It could have been like 8 o'clock in the morning. Still hadn't woken up. But it was affected by the sounds around me. I know there was this guy trying to start a lawnmower, or this lawnmower was left to go idle. It just kept making the same noise over and over again. And I think I was trying to block that out of my mind. So what it was pretty scary. All of a sudden I was at home, but then I was looking out the sky and there are all these planes flying overhead. Suddenly I'm just trying to remember the dream now, but it is kind of hard to do that. All I can remember was there was explosions starting to go off, and I've actually had this dream a number of times. It's all about this. I think it's affected by the constant talk of World War III, impending nuclear holocaust. It's the times we live in, it is very scary when you sit to think about it. The kind of the minutes to midnight that we're on. So I think the sound of the lawnmower had an effect on me. I kept hearing jets flying overhead and air balloons. So I think it was also influenced by the recent air balloons over America, the weather balloons or whatever they were, surveillance balloons from China apparently. They were there as well, and there was these drones that came down, and they would fly right, like a pack of drones would be flying around looking for people, and then they would send out a bomb strike from all the jets and stuff. And I was constantly thinking, when the hell were they going to start a defensive attack? I could see everywhere except where I was being bombed to shit, and there was like massive mountains of smoke and fire, and they were just bombing the surrounding suburbs. I don't know why they would choose Perth as a place to attack or to start the Third World War, but that's what it was. And it was cool. I can tell you that I thought I was living it in the dream. It's all from the current climate that we are living in, this constant conflict that's going on, and the whole feeling is not good. So that, I think, feeds into your subconscious, and when you dream, sometimes you dream and the environment around you can affect your dreams. The sounds that you hear outside, they can sound and influence what you see in your dream. So that's exactly what happened here. And yeah, I'm still pretty shaken over it, and I couldn't wake up from it. I went out of my house to look around the street, and I saw a bunch of people cowering under a tree, and so I joined them, and there was constantly, like, you had to watch out for helicopter, like, weird. They weren't quite helicopters, but they were like planes. They were really weird looking technology. And I said China, but I can't be sure, what it was, what country it was that was the invaders, but they were just doing bombing runs, and it was kind of just eradicating the whole landscape. And then they would, after a bombing run, they would send down these little drones that would fly into your house to check how many people were there, and then they would order up not a drone strike, an actual bombing run, which was, terrifying, to say the least. I think I was jolted awake eventually. I don't know how the dream ended, but it was wild. The stuff that I did encounter. I think it's interesting. It's good to look at your dreams, and if they affected you. I was very tempted to write down what it was, or at least I said to myself, you've got to make a recording of this dream, so you can just at least record it, get it out of your head. Sorry, it's very, my talking style is very haphazard. So, it was very vivid. I think the whole time I was waiting for, I felt the imminent fear of being bombed. It was also, I think it was just trying to stay alive until the Perth Air Army or whatever, which I don't think, it is very big, if there even is one, to defend attack from a huge country invasion. It was just wild. It's a very stormy day today outside. I hope this never actually happens, but I think with the news that we see every day and what we hear, it does play on our minds and it does influence our attitudes during the day and how we go about our lives. I've just noticed people a bit more crazy than they used to be, a bit less understanding, and all I hope for is things to change and have a better outcome. So it was pretty meandering speech, but I hope it was soothing to listen to. If anything, the subject matter wasn't that great, but that's soothing. But it's good to get these things out. So I don't know if I lived or died in my dream, but it's funny that I don't think you ever really die in your dreams, or you're about to and you wake up. It's this thing that saves you. Very, very cool. So that's my story. I thought I'd just make a little ASMR video out of it, record my thoughts, and I hope there is no World War III. Thanks for listening.